Well, Happy New Year, everybody. And it's time to look back at our year in YouTube for the year 2021. So let's get going. My name is Jonathan, and I'm a caregiver for my wife, Lynn, who has a permanent brain injury. Things are different now, but we're doing the best that we can. Join us as we experience the Lynn life. Well, it's been quite a year, hasn't it? A lot of ups, a lot of downs. It's really been a roller coaster ride. But it didn't stop us from producing videos. We've managed to do it every week throughout the entire year for a total of 52 videos. And I decided, as we've done before in other years, we decided to reflect on our year and let's kind of go over some of the videos. Maybe there's some that you've missed that you'd like to go back and watch. So we're gonna check them out. Well, I'm going through all my videos, starting here. Our very first one was Happy New Year, Goodbye 2020, and then all the way up, all these videos up to here, up to the last one we just did, our Christmas Eve 2021. That's a lot of videos. Hats off to YouTubers that do daily YouTube stuff. I don't know how they do that. I don't know how they come up with the subject matter. But this was a lot. This was a lot, and we're going to go through them. And starting with, let's see, what's the first one we're going to talk about? Well, one of the first ones we did in 2021 was looking back at our home videos. I started converting home videos to digital, and I showed you some of those. A lot of you were wondering what Lynn was like before the brain injury, so I was able to show you some of that and show you some old videos of Lynn and Justin when he was a little boy. So that was interesting. I know you guys like that. I tell by how much you guys like it by how many views we get. And we've had some, this was the first year where I've had videos that really had a lot of views. But not all of them. Some didn't have that many views at all, but other ones would have a tremendous amount. I had a record number of views this year. The Lynn's treadmill, for example, that was quite a big video. It got a lot of views, probably because of the brand name, and we found out that people do like reviews, and I'm going to do more of those in the future, but only things that really pertain to us, some things that we are really using. I'm not going to just do a review of something just for the sake of doing a review. Another fun video was when I did, it was actually a two-part vlog, did it 2 weeks in a row, going back in time, Disney World 2004. This was coming off our converting home movies to digital. I decided to show our trip in 2004 to Disney World. It was Justin's very first trip. He was only 5 years old, and we did 2 of those, and that was I had a lot of fun doing that one, and got quite a few views. And well, we also did one here that we got vaccinated. Oh, then later in March we did another making maple syrup up at the Root Farm with Lynn, and I enjoy doing that type of thing. Anything that gets Lynn out of the house and gets her doing something, she really enjoys that. So that was a good video. I enjoyed that. And spring came a little bit earlier. Last spring we had a pretty nice warm stretch in March, and I was able to get out on my motorcycle for the first time for 2021. And so I vlogged that very early and did a little bit different. Actually, I had 2 cameras going, so you can see me talking to you, and then you can see what I'm seeing as well. And then we moved on to my model railroad, which I hope I'm going to do again this year. But I sort of an introduction. I called it My Miniature World. And I had another one about my father's world, and I gave you a little bit of background on the model railroad that my father had started that is now here, and I added on to it, etc. So that was a cool video. We also gave you a Lynn's horseback riding update. In 2020, Lynn had stopped riding because they kind of shut down up at the root farm and weren't doing riding lessons. So that's one thing that was good about 2021. Lynn got back into it and started riding again. So we did a video on that. And then when the weather started getting warmer, we started planting our garden. And I always get Lynn involved in that, and she enjoys that. So I did a video on our garden and getting Lynn involved, and that was fun. We had a pretty successful garden this year. Then I produced a video on, it was entitled, I Had a Medical Emergency. And yes, on June 4th, I had a mild heart attack. I had 2 stents put in. And so we did a video on that. I did another video a little later, a little update on it. And I'm happy to say I am still doing very good. So we are fine. And but that was a video that was had a lot of views and got some phone calls and a lot of comments and things like that. So I had a feeling when I put that up that was going to stir some things up. But everything is fine. Then came another video I did on the bug assault, which was like a bug shot, like a assault shotgun sort of. And you use it to shoot flies and things like that. And I just did that for fun because I'd gotten one. I always kind of wanted to get one and see how it worked. And I'd actually produced that video before I had the heart attack. But of course it was interrupted, and I decided to put in the one about my medical emergency first, and then followed it up with the other video which I already had done about the bug assault. Funny thing about the bug assault, that's our most viewed video to date by far. That thing is still getting about 1,000 views a week right now. We're up to over 40,000, over 40,000 views right now, and so it's doing very well. Picked up a lot of new subscribers. When that many people are watching it, you're bound to attract some people that are going to be interested in your other videos as well. So that was sort of a turning point. When you finally do a video that really kind of goes viral, it attracts a lot of attention and people start watching your other videos and they start subscribing, and that was kind of a turnaround. I learned a lot about that video and about how well received it was. We followed that up with an adaptive archery video. The Root Farm started offering an archery program up there, and they offered Lynn the opportunity to try it out. And we also met another gentleman who on the autistic spectrum who has been doing that, and he was a real nice guy, and interviewed him a little bit, and he offered some advice to Lynn, and it was nice seeing that. So Lynn did quite well actually, and she was very excited when she hit the target.
Good.
I hit it.
Good job.
After getting the stents put in, I went in sort of an exercise program. I was exercising. I went through cardiac rehab, and I was exercising there 3 times a week, and then I was exercising on my own. So I started cycling again. I started getting on my bicycle. I've always enjoyed that. And so I did actually a couple videos on that throughout the year, but the first one I did was the Erie Canal, and then I did another one in the fall when I went out with Justin. And I'd like to do that again. I'd like to do more of that in 2022. Then Justin and I went on a trip. The year before, we had gone down to Gettysburg. This year we went down to Pennsylvania again, but this time we went to the Strasburg area, and we stayed at the Red Caboose Motel. We slept in a caboose. I did a video on that. I also did a video on the Pennsylvania Railroad Museum, and another one on the Strasburg Railroad. And we rode in a first-class parlor car, and that was a popular video as well. In August, I brought Lynn to my belated class reunion. Was actually a combined reunion because of COVID. Everything was kind of put on hold, so we had a combined reunion and brought Lynn with us, and that was a lot of fun and well received. And there were a lot of my classmates are also viewers, so it was great to see those people interact with Lynn, and she loved the attention. Justin and I also went to a baseball game. We went to see the Syracuse Mets, the AAA affiliate for the New York Mets. And I would like to do that again this year, maybe a little earlier than we did this year. Maybe we'll go in June or something like that. But I definitely want to do that. There's a lot of things I did in 2021 I want to continue in 2022. We also celebrated our 3-year anniversary. 3 years of vlogging every week. So that was quite a feat. And so we celebrated that in one of our vlogs. And then came fall, and we had a lot of fun this Halloween. We decorated quite a bit, put up a new display out front with our skeletons. We had a total of 3 skeletons out there having fun out in front of our house, and did a vlog about that. Then Justin and I went back to Syracuse and went to the Great New York State Model Train Fair, and that was fun and very well received. Had picked up some new viewers that were interested in that one, and yeah, model train seems to be pretty popular on YouTube, so I may continue that. Look forward to some more model trains sometime this winter. Now, on a sad note, just before Thanksgiving, Lynn lost her mother. Her mother had had Alzheimer's for a long time, and then there was cancer. Cancer had reappeared. She had had breast cancer years ago, but it reappeared again. And it was sad, but we were all glad that she's no longer suffering. But we had that to deal with going into the Christmas season. And Lynn is doing fine. Lynn is doing very well with it. She remembers what has happened, and she's a tough woman. So that's not all of the videos we've produced this year, obviously. I just kind of skimmed over them and picked out the ones that stood out to me. I would suggest that maybe you go through some of the videos we've done this year and pick out the ones that interest you that you haven't already watched, and make sure you're subscribed, and please hit that like button. That really helps us out a lot. If we get a lot of likes on a video, YouTube suggests it to other people. So that really helps us out, and it's really easy to hit the like button. So please do that. I gotta remember to remind you to do that more often in 2022. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the year, and I'm hoping things get a little bit better. We're still in the pandemic. Seems like there's a lot more cases springing up, and maybe not as severe, but there are a lot more in numbers, and that's concerning. So we'll keep you posted on that if anything happens here. But we're staying safe. I'm kind of hunkering down a bit this winter. That's my plan. And but we're going to keep churning out the videos. I think that's going to do it for this one anyways. And we'll see you next time on The Lynn Life.